आज ऐसे सिलसिले नाल मेरे नाल कुछ समथिंग सिमिलर when I say similar intellectual guests है ने दो brothers एक music which है politics which है. Now you might think why they're together because they're brothers, make a lot of sense to bring them together. And the grandparent, a well-known personality in East African countries, Rabbi Singh Rahi.
Akaal Channel ਨੂੰ subscribe करो, नवी videos ਦੀ notification ਦੇ ਲਈ bell icon ਨੂੰ click करना ना भूलना.
Sri Akaal, my name is Paul Jali. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ Akaal Channel ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਨਾ The Late Show. ਮੇਰੇ ਲੇਟ ਸ਼ੋ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਬੜੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਟੈਲੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਗੈਸਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਲਾਸਟ ਵੀਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵਾਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਵਿਦ ਦੀ ਆਰਮੀ ਮੇਜਰ ਐਂਡ ਦ ਕੈਪਟਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਕੈਪਟਨ and it was so brilliant ਕਿ ਬੜੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਆਈ because all I'm trying to do is help our youngsters in case ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ profession follow ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ. I bring informative educational program to your doorstep. And ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬੰਦਾ all you need to do is pick up a call. अपना जो तुसी रास्ता बनाना कैरियर बनाना चाहते हैं give us a call. Akaal Channel is one channel who brings these kind of programs and we're proud to be part of Akaal Channel. आज ऐसे सिलसिले नाल मेरे नाल कुछ something similar when I say similar intellectual guests है ने दो brothers एक music which है politics which है. Now you might think why they're together because they're brothers, make a lot of sense to bring them together. And the grandparent, a well-known personality in East African countries, Rabbi Singh Rahi. You know, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ inherit ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ. I'm sure professionally ਤੁਸੀਂ inherit ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ. Unfortunately, ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ grandson ਨੇ pick ਕੀਤਾ, ਦੂਸਰਾ went to the politics. That's even great. Something different, something better. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਾਣ ਹੀ ਰਹੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਮੈਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਨਾ ਜ਼ਾਇਆ ਕਰਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ introduce ਕਰਦਾ. On my left ਪਹਿਲਾਂ is Prad Singh Bains. And then I got Sandeep Bains. Welcome you on the show. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Badi दूरों आंदे ने, it's about 70-80 miles away from London, and I'm so happy कि देखो Akaal Channel दा ते सारे दोनों दी contribution है to bring the show to you. Please and watch करो, and किसी तरह दे तुम question होगा, do give us a call to find out. You know, one is going into politics, and that even great interest for mine, and same in the music. मैं कुछ भी तरह का प्रोफेशनल में उन्हें encourage करता हूँ. Let's talk to purpose. Tell me where you were born, and let's start with your history first. Quick one.
Okay, yeah. So we were both born in Portsmouth and have lived and grown up in a suburb of Portsmouth for all of our lives, really. So I'm 23 at the moment. So I basically grew up, went to school there, went to college there, and I studied through the Open University, so I could have my job as well. So basically that's my background really from Portsmouth.
That's so sweet. My idea for asking these questions is, when you're younger, going to the school, starting from the nursery and getting into the college and whatever, it's important for me and the viewers to know, when did you actually know what you wanted to do in life?
I'm not sure I still know now, to be honest with you. But no, I got involved in politics probably when I was about 16 or 17. My mum's quite heavily involved locally, so she was a bit of a role model for me moving forward into the political world. So it was only really at college, perhaps just after that, I sort of knew what direction I was going down, and I started to explore local politics, got more involved into it, and now I'm sort of part of it, which is really exciting and really good.
We're going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk to Sandeep now. Sandeep, in the music world known as Deeps, ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ personality ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ into the music industry, to ਕਿਤੇ ਵਿੱਚ, especially in the music ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਇੱਕ nickname pick ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ. This is how you become popular with. So I'm sure you must have seen him around in the videos clip. I'll talk to him now. Really nice of you to pop in here. Something totally different.
Yeah, very different indeed.
How did you get into music? Well, you're obviously born in Portsmouth and all that, yeah?
Okay, so my Babaji has been obviously a massive figure in Asian music anyway, and he had me in the studio since I was 3 years old.
Really?
Yes, 3 years old. I think he was trying out, so I have two brothers, so he was sort of trying it out. We have who's going to go into music, who wasn't, and then obviously I was the one who sort of took it on. My little brother sort of did a little bit, but yeah.
He gave up in the end.
Yeah, he did in the end.
It's a motivation. Coming back to now, when you start this profession, what we decided to do, any influence you played on there, or you think it was
100%,
really your choice?
Yeah, because actually seeing him do music as a profession, it sort of made it a viable option for me. So I didn't sort of look at it as a dream and something that maybe I could do, but I haven't seen anyone else do before. Like, I've seen it with my own eyes happen in front of me. So yeah, I definitely think that he was a massive influence, but saying that as well, it's not always as easy as just watching someone do it and do it yourself.
Exactly, I know.
You've got
but that gives you motivation, doesn't it?
100%, yeah, but that gave me the initial motivation, and the thought then played on in my mind, if you know what I mean, so that I could then think, oh, should I go that way or should I do something else? Really? But it was always there, it was always the option.
Oh, obviously.
100%.
You know, obviously you should know, being your granddad, the guy, think of any Bollywood actor in India, the most famous guy, and these guys who had a similar kind of name in East African countries. There would not be anyone. The funny part is we were a multicultural society in East Africa. We kind of grew together. All the religions, we didn't know the difference between the Muslim, Hindu or Gujarati, we were like one. And your granddad was known among all the wider community, not just with the Sikh community.
Yeah.
There would not be anyone in East African country who would not know these people. There were only a handful, 3 or 4 people there who made it big, especially in music. Those days, if I talked, even going to a cinema, I would get beaten up, you know. That and this is not the word of saying it. I mean it honestly. There was no encouragement from the family, friends, or the parents. All you had to do was, my putter, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a optician or whatever. Those are few professions they had in their mind. But you, in the Western countries, then obviously people change. And your father, your granddad knows, okay, my grandson wants to go that direction. So there's a good positive sign there.
Yeah, it is positive. But like I said, we did grow up in a cultural family still. Yes, we're in Western country, England, but we are growing up still in a Sikh Punjabi family. So it was more down to the fact that I think that the struggles that were put upon him, he didn't want to put upon the grandchildren, so he encouraged us to do whatever we wanted to do in life, because he didn't want to set us any obstacles or roadblocks, and for us to just pursue whatever we felt passionate about.
You know, ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ youngsters ਕੁਝ profession ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਿਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਮੈਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ 'ਚ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਕਰਦਾ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ encourage ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੋ, because they've set up their mind, they know what they want to do. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ detract ਨਾ ਕਰੋ, deroot ਨਾ ਕਰੋ, because then they become a failure. I'll be honest with you. Now talking back to Prad again, politics, very tough decision to go into politics. What made you do that?
I think, as I touched upon before, really, I saw my mum get into local politics a few years ago, and I saw the difference that she was able to make to local people in our community. And it's not about party handbooks, you know, which parties, etc. It's more about helping individual people, and that's something that really attracted me. I've always wanted to do something community-based, and that's why I sort of veered in that direction, and I had a really good role model, someone to look up to in terms of my mum, who was already sort of blazing that trail locally. So it was more about sort of picking up hints and tips that she could give me, really, to give me a boost and a head start when I did sort of get involved in it. And fortunately enough, last May, so May 2018, I put myself forward as a local councillor in Havant for my ward, Hart Plain, which I'm really proud that I won that election. It was the first time I stood. I just turned 22 at that age. So I was the youngest councillor ever elected in Havant, which was quite a big thing for me, really, because I didn't think it was sort of attainable for younger people at that time even to go into politics, because, you know, people sort of see it and have the perception and stereotype that it's more of a retirement game. But I definitely bucked the trend and sort of brought the average age of the council chamber down somewhat. But no, I think that's sort of why I got involved, to help people and to be able to make a difference. I'm glad to say that over the last year and a half, I've been able to do that and help people and residents in my ward, my constituency, to get issues resolved, which is a great feeling. You know, even if you're helping that 1%, if it makes that person's life better, you've done a good job in my eyes. So I think,
you know, this is incredible. Honestly, when I was their age, they never clue what's going on in the world. I swear, we were running around in the streets playing those typical gully danda and all those kind of things. And this is amazing how things have changed over the years. Portsmouth is a coastal town, Britain, the beautiful town. We had done a documentary on special Gurdwara which Guru Karda from Portsmouth, and we were very happy to show it to around the world. Haven't is not too far from.
Yeah, it's basically the next sort of suburb along really from Portsmouth. So
Portsmouth,
yeah, it's adjoining effectively. Yeah.
Now you are deputy mayor.
Yeah, so since last May, I sort of made a bit of an impact at the council, and I got to sort of learn the ropes. I'm still learning every day. I stress that every sort of day I walk in, and I learn something new, which is great for me, because no 2 days are the same really. But since last May, I sort of put my hat in the ring for the deputy mayoral position, and fortunately enough, our sort of strategy is targeting young professionals. We're sort of looking for a younger generation in terms of building new houses, etc. So I thought, you know what, why not have someone younger in that role as deputy mayor, and next year I'll be mayor, so you serve a year as deputy and then you serve your year as mayor. So I thought, you know, why not have someone that appeals to the audience that we're trying to target as a council, doing the job and representing the people of our borough, because it hasn't been done before. I think the previous youngest mayor was in their 50s or something.
I was just going to say, I think it's the very first one I'm seeing the youngest deputy mayor or mayor.
Yeah,
I've been in the media for a long time, and I talked to a lot of people. They've been on my show. Never ever seen anybody as young as a mayor or a deputy mayor.
No, I think that's pretty much a picture across.
Guinness Book of Records, you must go.
I think definitely in Havant, yeah, definitely in Havant and Hampshire. I know there are a few younger mayors. There was a mayor of Sheffield last year who was 29, and there was a bit of a story around him.
Big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a big story. He was
so you're beating the record there now.
Yeah, in terms of age, but yeah, it's really exciting for me really, because you know people don't believe that. That they ask what I do, and I say, oh, you know, I'm currently the deputy mayor. And they don't believe it, just because they have the perception in their mind that it will be someone that's, you know, 60 or 70 that's doing it in their retirement years. But I'm sort of changing it around and really using it as sort of a base to propel myself from as well, but also to make a real difference in that year, raising money for the charities that I choose to be my mayoral charities as well is going to be a big thing, and sort of bringing it into the 21st century, because I think I mean, I don't like the term outdated, but it definitely needs to be brought more into the modern day.
Absolutely.
Just to purely relate to a lot of people, because, you know, a lot of people see politics as boring, which sometimes, admittedly, it can be. However, I think everyone has an opinion.
My next question, you make me build up a question for Sandeep now. You know, you were younger and you had a choice. Choice in a sense, you've seen your brother going into politics.
Yeah.
Why did you go into politics? Because just as he said, was it boring? You thought you wanted to do something more lively?
I had my mind made up since I was really young that this is what I wanted to do, honestly. So
no distraction, you didn't look on the side, anything at all?
Tunnel vision, completely, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, honestly.
Where are you with the music industry now? What have you done so far?
So basically, so if I take you right back to the start, so I only wrote my first song for my younger cousin when she was born at age 10. I was 10 years old.
Oh my God.
So I wrote it, and they played it in the at the function, and I couldn't get in the room because I was too embarrassed. So yeah, and then from then onwards, I just carried on building upon the songwriting, and I just sort of got better and better. And for every time I had a choice, this or music, I always chose music. So whether or not it was my studies or outside, I always chose music. So I carried on building on the talent that I've got, and yeah. So then, last year, 2018, I put out my first actual body of work to all my friends and just the public in general. But a lot of my friends didn't even know I did music at this point. So I was sort of meeting people, but I never really I sort of may have said, oh, I study music at the moment, but they didn't know I sung or produced music for that matter. So yeah, I put out my first body of music, and I was sort of expecting maybe I was going to be quite happy with if 1,000 people listened to it or anything like that, and yeah, I ended up getting near on 150,000 streams.
We were talking earlier. You were talking about your making name in your town where you live.
Yeah.
With 1,000 people, maybe 500 people.
Yeah.
Now from tonight, after people watch the show, you're going to be seen by over 1 million people, over 108 countries. How do you feel about that?
That is good, because basically what I want to do, I don't do this for the fame or the money or anything like that. I literally do it to have my music heard by as many people as I can. Like, that is the goal. I just want to have my music heard and appreciated by as many people as I can. Even if they don't appreciate it, I just want them to hear it. That's what the goal is. Like,
so what you planning now? Have you done any singles, or have you done a?
Yeah, I've carried on. So I put out a body of work, which is 5 songs, and then I put out another single, another 4 songs, and then I waited a little bit. I thought, because I was taking too long between releases to actually put music out, and people were sort of having to wait a bit longer. So I took perhaps nearly a year out to just make music and get the content, and then add videos to it as well. So then now I'm back into the role of things, and I've been putting out singles, and they're being received just as well as they were when I first put music out.
I'm going to come back to you in a minute, but before, you see, as being a parent, whenever you pick up, the child picks up a profession, whatever they want to do, when you started, obviously, as a father, he would say there's no money going to come in. It's going to take some time, and you're going to establish yourself, and you go made your name out there, got a single out, got the album out. Then the fathers, the parents know, okay, I can. The main reason bringing you up was to do something for yourself, make yourself a success, and the money is the most important thing. Whether the fame comes, doesn't come in, but you need to start earning. But yours earning, it was in the tunnel. You couldn't see that happening. How did the family feel about it?
The family have always supported the talent, so they actually wanted me to do more with it. They didn't want me to give up on the singing or anything like that, because they could see that I was good. They didn't want me to just sort of throw it away. I've never really asked their opinion on the whole money side of things, but I can see it happening at a certain point, maybe in the near future, because honestly it's going really well at the moment. So yeah, but like I said, it's not about that for me. It's about, obviously you live well, and I want to look after my family with money, obviously, but I want to just have my songs listened to by the masses of people. That is the main game.
Very interesting. You know, मैं हमेशा गल करदा बच्चे कदी नहीं जानते कि पैसा कित्थों आना. As long as they have parents over their head, giving their blessings, and all they need to do is order, and the stuff will be delivered tomorrow. They don't care where the money going to come from. They don't have a time or vision to think about it. बड़ी अच्छी गल है, और अगर थोड़ी आज़ादी है, अगर तुसी ज़िंदगी जीने हो, थोड़े से इतने माँ पे होंगे, you got everything in your life. Honestly, that's the biggest blessing I can tell you. One can have it. Politics now. Did you ever? You know, obviously it's not easy land to get into.
No,
not easy, I can imagine, but you're doing pretty well. At a younger age, you up the ladder, quite high up the ladder at the moment. Was the early stages, was there any time you thought, hang on a minute, I probably would have been better off going towards music because family is from their background?
No, I think, as my brother touched on, I think it's something that I grew a passion for and wanted to pursue. And like with Sandeep at the moment, it's not so much about money really at all, because everyone knows there's no money in politics really. But as long as you can live by your means and provide for the family, etc., I think that's the most important thing. But I think that really, if you're enjoying what you're doing, that's the most. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. And I think that's something that, you know, my granddad sort of touched upon, and during our youth and growing up really as well, was that, you know, if you're enjoying what you're doing, because we were seeing him singing all the time, him loving what he was doing, then, you know, just do it. I mean, as long as you can put food on the table and have the roof over your head and provide and be happy and bits and pieces like that, I think the most important thing is that you're enjoying it, and I'm definitely enjoying it. And I think there's so much to learn in the field that I'm in. It's really sort of year on year, it's only going to get better and better. But like you say, I've sort of escalated quite quickly up the ladder locally, and my ambition always was to go into national politics.
Very good.
However, I mean, at the moment, I'm very much concentrated on local politics, because I feel that you can be more useful to individuals in your local community and help them more so. And I very much create a distinction between local and national politics. You know, people ask me about the B word and Brexit, but really, locally, that's not what we are focusing on. That's national politics. So it's really quite different and distinct. It's all about helping people, and that's why I get a buzz out of it, really.
You know, while we talking, suddenly it's coming into my mind. मैं पंजाबी भी कोशिश करूँगा. देखो जो दो भरा होंदे ने ना, from the father and the mother, उन्होंने the blood group भी match नहीं करता. You know, they're not the same blood group, they're different blood group, obviously. What I'm trying to say is, coming from the music background, your granddad and your mother from the politics side as well, so you got the both sides of the profession you need to pick up in your life. And you both decided one way or the other, one way to walk on the music, the other one to politics. Now, when you sit on a dinner table, like with parents and you two together, there's nothing common you're going to talk about.
No, I completely disagree with you. I can see your point and pick up the sentiment, but I think that we have a tremendous amount in common. We're such a tight-knit family unit, and we all respect what each of us are doing in terms of moving forward. You know, I really want my brother to succeed like he is doing in his music and producing really good content for listeners around the world. You know, his music is accessing hundreds of countries, as you well know with your channel as well. But it's really good to see. But also, you know, vice versa, he sees me doing well locally in politics, and I think it's a sense of pride that my mum must get and my granddad must get to sort of see us doing quite well in our respective fields, even though they are polar opposites.
Yeah, what I was trying to get was like, okay, I take interest. I talk to all kind of people with different professions because that's my job. I bring intellectual people on my show. He got nothing to talk about politics. He got nothing to talk about music. There's nothing you can encourage him or guide him. Likewise, he can't do that to you. But you can just talk generally, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but they're both what we want to do. That's our ambitions, and we both want each other to achieve what we want to do in life, if you know what I mean. So I want him to do well in what he wants to do, and he wants me to do well in what I want to do, and we both support each other massive amounts in achieving our goals. So yeah,
even when, you know, if he releases new music, you know, I'm the first one there to put it out to all my friends and make sure everyone I know listens to it, and you know, we just get the feedback and bounce off each other, and that's how we
and vice versa. When he's campaigning and he needs people, and you are there. I'm there leafleting through every door. So yeah, it's the same.
You normally do English songs, is it?
Yeah, Western at the moment though, but I have been I've been taking a lot of liking to Punjabi music.
Punjabi music, yeah.
So I will,
you know what? These days in Bollywood, if there's no Punjabi song, they film is flop. Honestly, this is a fact.
Yeah.
You know, I watch these kind of things.
Yeah.
Wherever any Bollywood movie, Hindi movie comes up there, they've got to put some Punjabi humor in there. And that's like a masala.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just binds it all together.
Yeah, just bind it all together. Yeah. It's so interesting, it's so nice. And you know, as a channel, this is what I do, to bring people like yourself. Doesn't matter what you're doing in your life. We as a channel and our all crew members pray that you succeed in your life. You bring apne maa piyo da naam roshan karo. It's a big thing because, you know, your granddad done when those days things were not possible at all. You know, honestly, and negativity and no support whatsoever, because they thought, oh, look, my Santa music will chale gaya. They thought he's a dropout now.
He's gone.
You know, he's a dropout, and they look down to that. But these days, like you're doing politics, you're doing music, and as a parent, they feel proud about both of you, in a different field. You're going to hit big in different channel. You know, the other thing is we're running out of time very quick, going to have a break. It's so nice, the summer days in the world, whatever you get summer days in UK, very little. You sit down in the garden and have a meal together with the family. You bring out your guitar, start singing for them or something like that?
Yeah.
Really?
No. No, well, yeah, firstly we have to have the summer days.
Yeah. Exactly.
They don't really come. So, and no, I play piano anyway, so I'm learning guitar at the minute, but yeah, no. The piano doesn't go in the garden, so.
No, but they must ask you to come and give us a song or do something like that.
Yeah, they do. Mum likes to hear some of my songs every now and then, but I'm normally just banging out the tracks full volume.
Yeah, we need to turn it down. That's the problem.
Yeah, they're telling me to turn it down because it's just on constantly. Anyway, I'm always working on my craft. So yeah, they're just normally telling me to turn it down.
Well, how do your neighbours feel about this? Having a noisy neighbour.
We've had to soundproof the walls.
I was going to say, our neighbour. We've had a few new neighbours. So yeah, they probably don't like it.
I hope your neighbours are watching. Your neighbours are watching this program. And no, you know, a lot of times people, the family can sacrifice, the sibling can sacrifice for your loud music or the family, but the neighbor might not tolerate that. But then again, this is something you want to do, whether the neighbor's happy or not happy, but with the reasons we try to carry on with our life.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. I think it's probably an over-exaggeration to say it disturbs the neighbours. It's not that far.
No,
it's not too far. I mean, we have like, you know, we manage that, but it's more important that he sort of does what he needs to do.
The good thing is that if कोई complain भी करेगा तो मेरे पास जाएगी. It's going to go to the councillor or the council or the mayor.
Yeah.
And the mayor's, and the mayor's going to come home and, you know.
No, that's fine.
Quite interesting, yeah. It's so nice. And honestly, each family which are totally different perfection. It's so proud. Okay, you know, they both are big, both are huge. Like they said, it's not for money. It's serving the community. Self-satisfaction is the biggest thing in your life. Agar तुसी contented हैगे हो, तुसी अपना नाम रोशन कर दिया, not only the family, सारी खानदान दा, सारी community da. This is a very proud moment, and this is what this show is all about. Mera support 100% as a behalf of Akaal Channel. We'll bring it to your doorstep to 108 countries worldwide. And बेशुमार लोग देखते हैं, तो फीडबैक मिल दिया, हर प्रोग्राम में फीडबैक दिया करो, प्लीज़, विल बी सो नाइस. मेरी कोशिश होती तरह के गेस्ट लेके आवा. लास्ट वीक मेरे को एयर फोर्स दे सीगे अपने सिख कैप्टन, बड़ा नाइस. नेक्स्ट वीक मैं होर लेके आऊँगा कोई काउंसिल, तो भी बंदा वेरी इंटेलेक्चुअल, वो भी टॉक होएगी. वी गो फॉर अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक. प्लीज़ कीप ट्यून्ड इन. ब्रेक तो बाद फिर मुलाकात कर दे. सत श्री अकाल.
अकाल चैनल ਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ, ਨਵੀਂ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਦੀ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਬੈਲ ਆਈਕਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਣਾ.
Welcome back in the second part. अगर तुसी हुनी watch करना शुरू किया, I'm so proud, so honored to have these two brothers sitting here together, one in politics, the other one in music. Totally different directions again. दूसरी गल देखो, you know, the youngsters, this is why he's in politics as the deputy mayor, and he's doing very well in music, facing the audience, in big public demand which karna penda performance वगैरह, and they're coming out so well on the channel as well, sitting here so confidently and so proudly. It never seems that this is their first attempt on the television. Honestly, it seems you guys are so casual.
Honestly, first of all, it's an honour to be here. Amazing studio, by the way. I love the view. And yeah, no, we just want to be able to let people know about our journey and hopefully inspire some kids.
Exactly. This is the idea. This is the idea. 108 countries worldwide, people sitting anywhere. देखो अपनी जरी community दे बंदे youngsters की करते ने दुनिया दे बीच. We are in England, UK. Southall, the heart of Southall, they reached our studio. This is where the program is coming on. Prad, I'm going to come back. Prad, I'm going to come back to you. It should be Brad Pitt. It is Brad Pitt, very close. I'm getting mixed with these two names.
We do look quite similar.
You know, Palana, I'm going to ask you both questions. I'm going to start with you.
Sure.
Every show I'm trying so hard to bring in people from the army, from the air force, from the navy, bring doctors in, I bring MPs, I bring laws, I bring deputy mayors in as well, you know, basically inspire people, and they listen to you. You might change somebody's life. But why are people so reluctant? You know, we study presence both little into politics, into music, into sports.
I have no idea, honestly. So I see in any field, I'm looking out for like names like Singh. I always look out. So if I see a Singh somewhere in a field that I haven't seen it before, I've seen.
You go what like this?
I tell my family. I say, look, there's a Singh, and the Singh's playing for a team in Germany, Bayern Munich, one of the biggest teams in the world, football. I've just seen a Singh. They've just signed a Singh. So for me, I feel proud. I think, well, look, we're doing something in football now. And you think there's over 1 billion people in India. You've got to think we've got to be doing something wrong to not be more places, if you know what I mean. We've got to be in the highest professions in the world, and at the top level as well. I don't know why we aren't there, but.
Sandeep, I've watched the Bollywood channel quite a lot for my personal reasons. I've watched a lot of reality shows in India. There is so much talent, starting from 5-year-old man. You know, sometimes I sit gobsmacked, my mouth open like a crocodile. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm not saying that. Music, talent-wise, anything at all, they are so... People are poor, but they can't get to there. The very handful people get there, they make it themselves.
Yeah.
But here's the opportunity. You know, all you got to do is knock at the right door. You got the, you know.
Yeah.
What are you doing in this to promote people? Like, how would you encourage?
No, all right. So the way I want to do it myself is I want to just, because I feel like I could be at the top of the game. I feel like I could be one of the biggest artists in the UK period in a few years' time. But I want to get there, and such as Steel Bangles at the moment. Steel Bangles, another musician in England, he's a Punjabi artist.
Whoa.
There's a Punjabi artist in America called Nav. That's just two though. I want to be the third, and then I want to inspire the young generation to be the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. I just want to put the community itself. I want to put the community on the map.
Absolutely, 100%. Like you said, you know what? This is what I do. I watch things, I hear things, I got the clips come in, and I got the rest of the news. I see any Sikh guy doing anything out there, I want to bring him here on my show.
Yeah.
Share the happiness and the achievement with the rest of the people in the world.
And the thing is, actually, the youngsters in the community, they actually do support. They support anything they see, like we do. If we see a Singh doing something well, we support them straight away. And it's more the next generation and the next generation that sort of find it harder to see us do what we're doing, maybe because it's not what they would have done.
Brad, before I come to you, you know, something just came to my mind. Are you proud to be Sikh? I'll tell you why. Because, like you said, if you're Sikh and you're doing anything in your life, you will be picked up very quick. Firstly by the community, and then like a channel. Any channel will be more than happy to bring you on the channel and
Today's
share you.
a perfect example of that.
You know what I mean? It's exactly.
Yeah, 100%. The opportunities are endless, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people in the community are in every corner of the world, you know what I mean? So you could go to any country and there'll be a Sikh there who'll take you into his house.
Politics, bad news.
Yeah.
Not like Canada. Look at the Canada. They got more MPs
I know.
Than Indian Parliament.
Yeah.
And it's such a proud moment, you know. We did very many people like him, the Prime Minister from Canada. You know what? He's one in millions who does this.
Yeah.
And I think our Sikh community have really, really made it big there. Really big.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go yet.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We are only deputy mayor at the moment, but you know, it will happen soon. I know. We will have to encourage. You know, I'll tell you something, because I don't know whether you know, your granddad will tell you, we used to have a program here in 6 days on BBC, I think, for half an hour every Sunday. And we used to think, oh my God, Asia's not doing so well. We got a program half an hour every Sunday. Now we own the channel. Look, within the short time, you know, where we are now. So this is exposure for people like you. But how would you know, because what's lacking? Why are people not coming forward to politics?
I think it's, as you say, it's about exposure. As you mentioned, Justin Trudeau from Canada, he's got a massive social media presence. And I think, you know, everyone has a phone these days, don't they? And, you know, they're on Instagram or Facebook or what have you. And a lot of people see the work that he's doing via social media. And he's very active and proactive in doing that and promoting the good work that he does, which is something that I'm trying to emulate on a local level, and putting sort of what I'm doing across in the community to the people that want to see it. And I think that's sort of really important. I think obviously more people from the Sikh community or whoever it may be in Canada have been able to access that more readily, and have been drawn into getting involved. So I think that's something that's really key these days, is promoting what you are doing, as today is a perfect example as well. But it just encourages and stimulates and influences other people to sort of perhaps follow that same path.
Yeah. But you know, the most important is just walking away from today's topic. This Saturday, we were at the Army Reserve Center in Southall.
Sure.
And they were celebrating the open day there for the war there, where 21 Sikhs actually sacrificed their life against 10,000 Afghans.
Yeah.
The biggest battle. It's very little we hear about that. What I'm trying to say on there, we were recording, this will be showing like within this week hopefully, British Army, a day, open day for everyone. All the communities were there. And you know what, it made me feel so proud and honored. Before they started their ceremony, we done ardas. ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਵਾਈ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੋ before the ceremony started. You know how proud moment was that? All the Gores, all the army, the brigadiers, the major, do you talk anyone, the captains, they were there and they stood silently to listen to the ardas, and then we started that. Yeah, in British land upar, British army the which ardas only is not simple.
No.
It's not easy.
No.
Yeah. So these people know okay, we are warriors, we are hard-working people, we are loyal, and our Sikhs actually have stood by Britain since World War I in every way until now. And you guys making a good name in music and in politics as well. That shows that there are purani cheezan, we're not letting it go.
No.
We go very little of that, but I hope that doesn't die in.
No, I agree with you, and I think it's great to see, you know, the army and recognising that sacrifice and stuff like that. So, like you say, it's all about that integration, that sort of cultural balance, and everyone sort of recognising what Sikhs and other religions have achieved over the years, like you say, for well over 100 years in partnership. So I think that's a really good thing.
But still, very little is known about the impact that we have in the army and in previous wars and in previous battles in general. So the memorial right near the Golden Temple, I was there a few weeks back only with a few of my Western friends from home, and they were absolutely stunned and amazed at how many lives were lost. It was actually due to an Englishman, but they were absolutely amazed at just the massacre that occurred back then at the hands of an Englishman. But it's not like any grudges were held or anything like that, but it's still not recognised in England.
But you know, this is again coming back to the media. There was no social media or the televisions or anything like that. There's very little communication between people from one country to country. You did know the sacrifices people made, how many people were killed or whatever. Now your own media, the news travel, before it even comes on the TV, there's clips going through the world. People come to know that quick. Like these two guys sitting here today, 108 countries, these guys will be recognized wherever they walk on the street. Or we've seen on the TV, we've seen on Akaal Channel. Akaal Channel is the top ranking channel in the UK. We're so proud to be part of the channel. The channel, all the crew, the members, the presenters work so hard to bring these shows to you. Honestly, I'm sitting on a chair, bring these two guys and just talk over. There's a lot of work behind this goes on. Like Tusi Huni, he very much appreciated the setting up together. It all costs money. It's not easy, but then Tusi sare support kar de ho. This is why we bring to you the standard, the picture quality, the sound quality. Sari koshish aayi hundi hai. Sandeep, I'll start with you before we run out of time. I would like you to say some encouraging word to youngsters watching you. You know, sometimes you fire a bullet, it might go just hit them straight, thinking I want to do that.
Yeah. So
into the camera.
if you want to do something when you're young and you know you can achieve it in life, you've just got to go for it. People will tell you yes and they'll tell you no, but it's actually their own fears that they're just going to try and bestow upon you. So let me give you an example. If someone tells you they can't do it, it's because they can't do it. And that's sort of a mindset that I've had for many years now. So when I first started this out, a lot of people said, look, you're not going to make it. But actually you need to use that as the fuel to drive you to actually say, look, I'll show you that I can make it. Don't hold no grudges, obviously, but you just got to prove it yourself. And like for myself, I knew that I could get there, and I knew that I wanted to do it for not just me. I wanted to help my family out, but I need to do it for them, if you know what I mean, as well. So I need to put the community on the map. I want to put my family on the map. I want to put the name on the map, and I just want to be the best there is. And I feel like there's so many youngsters at home that could also be doing what I'm doing right now, but they're just sort of, they're holding back. They're leaving their, I don't know. So if you listen to your parents that are telling you to do something else, maybe be a doctor or go into a different profession that's more safe, you've got to take risks in life. And things like music, politics, they are risks because they aren't 100% success rate. But if you truly believe that in yourself you can achieve it, then why shouldn't you do it?
Two words. Honestly, this is what I mean. It can change your life. People sitting at home listening to this, he's giving his advice. Pehli gal thi na, if your friends say you can't make it, how other people can judge you? That should give you more motivation and encouragement. Think, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit it hard. You know. And then again, he said, okay, it's very tough, these two jobs, not easy to get into, but 100% success. When you do that, you have put your name on the map. Yeah, there's a reward there end of the time, end of the day.
100%.
Fantastic, very good message, honestly. But all you got to do is pick up those little words and they go straight into your heart. And this is what you're going to implement into your life. And you know, politics, you know, these guys got fantastic brains to bring up those words. And let's see what the deputy mayor got to say about the politics now.
I think in terms of encouraging people to get into politics, I would thoroughly recommend it, because it's something that everyone has an opinion on. You have political issues, everyone has an opinion on it. And I think, you know, to be able to be in a position where you can voice that opinion and to actively make a difference, potentially make a change that can impact on hundreds of thousands of people that live in our borough, it is an amazing thing. And I think it's the two words that I would say is do it, because I think, you know, you have to defeat those stereotypes. You know, people look at me saying, oh, you know, he's from a diverse ethnic background, you know, he's very young, he's not the type of guy that we should have sitting at council, let alone being the face of the council next year. So I think it's, for me, it's almost like you say, it's a fuel to motivate me to actually go and do it. You know, if someone tells me you won't be able to achieve that, why not? You know, I will achieve it. You know, I was the youngest elected, I'll be the youngest mayor. You know, all of these were barriers that are put in my way that I've overcome. And there's no reason, you know, I'm just an ordinary guy, you know. I work for the fire service, I've done my degree, you know, I have standard jobs. And I was just fortunate enough to you know, to have the faith of my constituents that they showed in me to be in the position that I am in. So, you know, I thoroughly recommend it. If anyone's thinking about getting into politics, the only way you can make a difference and to change it, because, you know, a lot of people, let's face it, do want to see things done differently at this moment in time, then the only way to do that is to actually get yourself up and go and do it.
Could I touch on a point?
Yeah, of course.
So
of course.
It's so important for family members and elders themselves to recognise when a kid wants to do something. So my grandfather recognised right from when I was a youngster that this is what I was made to do it in essence. And ever since that day, he's never once told me no. He's always tried to find a way. And even if that didn't happen, then he would find alternative things for me to do. And the opportunities are sort of endless. But when you have someone behind you spurring you to go on, especially if they're a family member as well, like, you'll never lose that motivation. And these days I do it for him as well. So I'm not even just doing it for myself, I do it for my family. And yeah, it's so important to have someone there to say, look, you can do it, just go and get it.
बहुत important gala, you know, this Punjabi saying on so that remote control life, you can't hand it to somebody else to switch on, switch off, like saying you can't do it, you can't do it. You know, it's your life. And the other thing, very interestingly, you said, if you want to do 9-to-5 job, a boring job, Monday to Friday, and there's nothing going to happen on the weekend with the dull weather, take a challenging job like these two brothers are doing it. Challenging, but there's a reward end of the day. Big reward to see apna naam, apni family da naam, apni community da naam kar do worldwide. And dekho, these two guys, youngsters, started their life at a very young age. They're almost there, and it's not too long for them to hit higher. We got our blessings with them 100%. They got our support with them 100%. Whether we need to come back, I'd like to see him to move on to the mayor position. We call him back again, and with Aida graduate karange. So really we wish you well in your life, both of you. Very confident young guys. I wish you sitting at home, get up, make a move. Don't just sit and watch my progress, but do something as well at the same time. It's nice because we bring it to your doorstep, but this is to encourage you guys. I can't come your home. I can bring them here to encourage you guys, and these guys done a good job today. Very inspiring, honestly, very strong, very dedicated words they're giving up with you giving encouragement. What's your future now? We got about 8 minutes ago.
Okay, I'll try and keep it brief for you. So as I touched upon before, next May I'll become mayor of Havant. So that's.
You start wearing one of those.
Yes, I'll have to wear the red robes and I'll
and
get
that necklace.
Yeah,
what do you call that?
It's chain of office.
Chain of
office. So I'll get given that next year. I have one at the moment, but it's not quite as fancy. But that's a real sort of time commitment. You're looking at sort of 400 or 500 events across the year that you have to attend. I was very fortunate in my role at the moment. I got to open a Hindu temple a couple of weeks ago in Havant, so it is an amazing experience to be part of that, and to, you know, I feel really honoured and privileged to be in a position where I'm invited there, and you know, I sort of sit there and have to pinch myself sometimes because I feel sometimes, oh, I shouldn't be here, but you know, everyone wants you to be there.
Funny saying, I got conviction myself. You know, you go wherever, because the function done, you know, like he said, Gurdwara temple, wherever. Quick function on the evening, and they say, oh, the mayor's going to come here. So everybody said they're mayor to arrive in a chauffeur-driven car, and you always expect go 50, 55, 60 sal with the grey hair wega. And this young guy steps in the car, you say, oh my God, what's this? Unbelievable. They're going to pitch themselves, actually they're seeing a young mayor. You know, it's a huge thing, yeah?
Yeah, no, I think I get that quite a lot. You know, a lot of places, most places that I go to, that people don't quite know me yet, and I arrive, they're quite sort of taken aback. I've had, you know, oh wow, you're a bit young to do this, aren't you? Quite a few times. But at the end of the day, like you say, it's about appealing to a new audience. It's about having that empathy with a younger age group that I think is so crucial.
The most important thing, therefore I'm going to summon this up in my way. Whatever profession do, it's the biggest thing you can do in your life. Sandeep ne na, whatever is your mind, to the parents to know sport kar de, to see mind make up kar de, just go for it. Just go for it. A challenging job, do it. If Prad is performing a duty and he's coming in the chauffeur-driven car, the musicians or anybody can't get close to him because it's a respect given to those guys. Likewise, when Sandeep will be performing somewhere, even the mayor will not be able to go close to him because they got, you know,
very true.
You know what I'm trying to say? There's a barrier for your profession you picked up. You got your barrier, you got your barrier, and that barrier is for respect given to guys on the stage or on wherever you're going to go visit a place. It's a fantastic thing, you know.
It's a good point you touched upon as well, because I feel like kids themselves, they know what they want to do. Like, even if you don't know what you want to do, you know what you're good at. So from a young age, you get your results from English, maths, anything like that. And my English was good, maths was good, but music was great in terms of results.
So you know.
So I knew that it was good, but it wasn't even just the result. Even if I didn't have a good grade in music, I knew that it's what I enjoyed doing at school. If there's a lesson you look forward to at school, that is what you want to do. Regardless of if you think it is or not, if you're looking forward to going in and doing that lesson, that is what you want to do. And if it is music, nothing came easy. I had to practice. Well, I just took it upon myself, day in, day out, honestly, day in. And I spent many of my evenings as a kid, just sat at my piano and just going through little things.
Sacrificing going out, going on holiday, whatever.
Exactly. And not even just sacrificing going out, but like the days where you're just not going out, the days where you're just sat at home doing nothing and you might procrastinate, you might go on the Xbox or something. Just pick up something that you want to do, like if it's art, pick up a book or something, I don't know. Yeah, but mine was music, so I just sat down at the piano and I just sort of just stared at it for a bit, and then just sort of like you play a few things and ideas just start to come.
I think picking up on barriers, like you mentioned, I think that's something that I'm definitely trying to tackle, because as you touched upon in my profession, there's quite a lot of barriers and red tape and bits and pieces, but I think especially for me it's about ensuring that you're relatable to people. Even the way you dress, the way you speak, the time you give to people, I think is so crucial for people to be able to relate to you, which you know, doesn't happen quite a lot in those roles typically. So I think that's something that I'm trying to encourage and promote.
And yeah, in music as well, it's not like the way that I do things, it isn't hard. Like, you don't have to have anything to do it. You just got to be able to manage to sit down and focus your time onto your craft. And that's it. Even these days, I'll still write songs the same way I started writing them when I was a kid. I'll still just sit down at a chair, look at the piano, and just play around until I hear something I like, and then the ideas flow from there.
But you know, this is great. देखो जो भी तुसी profession जाने, nothing comes easy. It's not something given to you on the plate. You got to really, when I say work hard, that's the understatement. It's a sacrifice of your lifestyle in many things you would want to do, but you can't do it because you're committed to your perfection. This is what you want to make it. And it's so fantastic, honestly. मैं हमेशा request कर दूँ ना, Akaal Channel is here. तुसी किसी profession में चाहे totally different, though brother, politics and the music, we encourage anybody, music wire, politics wire, sports wire, anything you're doing in your life, please give us a call. If you got something to share with the people and inspire people, okay, this is what I've done, this is what you can do. And these are the people I would like to come onto the show. Call us anytime, give us a call. Sare Birmingham office doing karke, please make an appointment. I'll be more than happy to give you a slot. You know, we've got 2 minutes to go. Anything special you want to add on? Anything I missed out?
No, I think we've covered quite a lot today, and again, thank you for having us. But I think it's really to stress, you know, that we're sort of in the position we are in because we've worked hard and had the right guidance and influence in our lives. But it's more the case of ensuring that other people, you know, have that same opportunity, and they know that they can access politics or music or whatever it may be that they want to do. It's more the fact that, you know, you can do it if you want to do it. You just got to work hard to get there.
Putting the name on the map, I'll tell you why. Honestly, I was the first one to bring in a documentary from Portsmouth Gurdwara. I put Portsmouth on the map.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't even know where the Portsmouth is. Even people living in England don't know, if you really be surprised. A lot of people don't know even with the Portsmouth. And they were even surprised to know there's a Guruka there as well.
Yeah.
So we put that on the map.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to put Portsmouth.
Yeah, have it on the map. That would be great. You know,
in a different field.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Something I missed out on your profession?
Nothing at all. So basically, I feel like everyone had a dream when they was a kid, whether or not you pursued that dream or someone managed to kick it out of your system. It doesn't really matter, but everyone starts off with a dream, and you're going to work the majority of your life. You may as well do something you want to do, and I wanted to put Deeps on the map in the music scene, and that's
Thank you so much. I only got 30 seconds to go. Thanks for coming in. Thank you.
So
really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Once you move on in your life and you become a mayor, please give us a call. You are most welcome to join me here. Please, ऐसे तरह मेरे अकाल चैनल दा लेट शो, not only my late show, हर तरह के चैनल ने सपोर्ट करा करो, हर प्रोग्राम ने सपोर्ट करा करो, सपोर्ट द अकाल चैनल, ताकि we can put these programs together. It's not easy. मैं तुम बिगड़िश क्या सी, a lot of hard dedication, hard work by the crew from Birmingham, my cameraman Sukhdev from London. उन्होंने दी हेल्प का सारे दा शुक्राना करते हैं. नेक्स्ट वीक फिर मुलाकात होगी तो same time same place. तब तक रब रखा. सत श्री अकाल.